Nombre sobre todo nombre, reinarás por siempre, siempre igual, exáltale.
Hi, my name's Steaffens. I'm the CEO of CCDA, Christian Community Development Association. I've spent the last 20 years doing community development work locally in Santa Ana, California, and before that, I practiced immigration law for almost, actually 18 years. So I'm here to talk about immigration representation. And we're going to start with finding the right and correct information for your situation. So when someone arrives in this country, they generally don't know how the system works. They don't know where to go for help. They don't know what questions to ask. They bring with them their own understanding of how systems work based on where they're coming from. And so they don't even realize that they're doing that, but they are applying laws and regulations based on their own context from the country where they were born or raised or where they lived previously. So naturally, they don't know where to look, and so they look for answers from people that they either know or people that they meet. And a lot of times the information that they receive is very limited based on who they're asking. And the reality is that the people that are being asked the questions are answering them the best way that they know how. But generally, these are not professionals that understand the system themselves. Most of the time, these folks that are being asked the question are people that have limited information themselves. And even in situations where someone has received answers to their situation from a legal professional, for instance, what you need to realize is that each case is unique, right? So even if you've gotten excellent information regarding your case is different from the next person's case. So to get information on how to handle an immigration matter from anyone who is not an immigration professional is going to lead you down the wrong path. Not only can it cost you a lot of wasted time, wasted money, but it could also result in very unintended consequences, even deportation or conviction of a crime. So it's very important to always seek professional legal advice when dealing with immigration issues. So who's qualified to represent people in immigration cases? That is a complicated question, actually. And it gets even more complicated because, unfortunately, some people who do not have the right to represent others in immigration matters often pretend to be able to do so. In countries such as Mexico, where the term notario actually carries a lot of weight and means that you are someone who's licensed to represent people on legal matters. In this country, a notary public, basically, the only thing that they're allowed to do is sign off on legal documents, which just verify that it's your signature. And basically, if you're able to look at somebody's ID and look at the signature there and look at their signature on a paper, you can say that, yes, you've looked at these, and you can say that this is the same signature. That doesn't at all give you the ability to understand laws or, in this case, immigration matters. So, but there are various types of immigration cases where there are folks that are not licensed to practice law, but they have received the necessary training and certification to become immigration representatives, and they're certified by the Department of Justice to do so. And these are for cases that are clear, simple administrative matters that basically involve documentation, and they can do application processing of cases that are not complex immigration cases. In addition to folks that are certified to represent immigration cases that are simple cases, of course, there's also attorneys that can represent you on immigration cases, but you do need to be careful because not all attorneys are well versed in immigration cases. And the more complex the case gets, the more you want to make sure that you have someone who is dedicated to solely immigration cases, especially when you get to matters where there requires representation before an immigration judge or appeals from denials of an immigration case. So how do you find immigration representation? Depends on what you're looking for. When someone comes to you with an immigration case, or it might be someone in your own family, or it might be yourself, the sooner you go and seek immigration help, the better position you're going to be in to understand what direction you need to go in. So there's several ways that you can do this and find the correct immigration representation. For example, if someone's looking for general information, and they might be able to go to the consulate for their country and find general information regarding their status, and if they need documentation for their case, they might be able to get passport help or help obtaining certified documents from their country, or matters of or referrals to immigration representatives that are certified or at least well respected by the consulate from their country. Another source of information is found on the Department of Justice website. So there you'll find a map of the US, and as you click on each state, you will find a list of Department of Justice authorized immigration representatives alphabetically. And so if you click on California, you'll see a list of cities starting with Alameda, Anaheim, all the way down to Yorba Linda, California. And the California list shows over 200 authorized agencies who may represent immigration matters. And these are at free or low cost to the client. So if you're looking for someone who is can represent you in an immigration court or an appeal, if you need to transfer a case to an immigration attorney, there's a list of authorized agencies that offer pro bono representation for immigration cases. And in more complex cases, these pro bono agencies can also refer you to outside counsel, who are generally private practice attorneys who will take on some cases for free or reduced cost. For more complex cases, one of the best sources for representation is to seek out legal clinics, immigration legal clinics at some of the law schools in your area. For instance, in Orange County, it would be UCI would be a good source. In LA, you might want to go to UCLA. And there's other universities also that offer immigration representation, and they many times will focus on more complex cases. And then finally, you can check AILA for, it's the most respected association of immigration representatives, attorneys in the US. So I would suggest looking there as well if you have the money, or even there are attorneys through AILA that will offer pro bono services. So definitely check them out. In conclusion, don't forget that immigration cases are legal cases, and they can be quite complex, especially the way that our system is now. Many times it's really you have to be very careful that you are making sure that you have a good representative, someone that you can trust and is well qualified. So when seeking immigration representation, make sure that the person is authorized to represent you. So if they say that they are Department of Justice certified or DOJ certified, ask to see their certification. If they call themselves attorneys, you can look at the state bar website and check their name and see if they have active status and if they have any disciplinary action against them. And you can also go to the Matthew 25 Project, who has resources to refer you to legal representatives, authorized agencies, and attorneys who have signed up to help on a pro bono case by case basis. God bless you, and I hope you have much success on your immigration case.